gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Film Fumblers podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the film Groundhog Day, released in 1993 and directed by Harold Ramis. So without further ado, I'm Adrian.
I'm Jay.
I'm Taryn.
And I'm James.
All right, guys, it has been quite a while since we've hit the record button on this one.
A long time.
True.
A long time.
6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, that's what Tiff said.
Yeah, so it's
Brutal.
it's May 16th today. I think our last episode was like right before Thanksgiving, November 20th or something.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
day before Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So much has changed, not only within our lives, but within the world. I mean, now we're recording remotely, all from our homes, and God, it's just. I mean, Jay had a baby. I don't know. There's been so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been wild. It's interesting because I'm so used to being remote because I've been working remote for like a few years now. So that piece didn't shift, but still everything feels like crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe it's doubled because of the baby, but I don't know. Maybe not. But that's been fun.
Yeah.
My day-to-day life's kind of been the same, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's really
I'm
weird.
still going
Yeah. So
into work.
Taryn and James are both. You guys are still going into work. I think my work life has probably changed the most. Jay was already working from home. I work now exclusively from home, which has been a huge shift for me. I mean, I'm pretty much in my home office right now, but it's been nice. I mean, I don't know, working from home is kind of cool, but
Yeah. The real test is how long can you stand it, you know?
yeah, that's
Like, after like a month, I start going fucking nuts, man. And I've been
Well,
here for years.
the thing is.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like it's not just working from home. It's working from home during a global pandemic.
Yeah,
where it's
that's
like
true.
you can't
That's
go out
Can't
after
even,
work.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I like dressed up to go to the grocery store now. I'm just like, all right, we're gonna throw some boots on and some fucking like it's just like I don't know. It's weird. It is weird.
definitely weird.
Right.
That's kind of why we picked this movie too, right?
Yeah, Groundhog Day is it's like a surreal reality, and I'm excited to get into that and like what Bill Murray's character goes through with like dealing with it and like just the similarities of how. I mean, my days specifically have kind of been the same every day. Like I wake up, I work, I do my routine, and I don't go anywhere. I can't. So
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, yeah.
it's interesting.
I've never been like a person who like stuck to a schedule really, or had like, I'm up by this time, I'm doing this by this time, and that shit. But like now, it's just like maybe it's subconscious, but I'm just like, oh, 8 o'clock, time to start getting ready for this. You know what I mean? It's weird,
Yeah.
and it's just because every single day, that's like the flow that we have decided to go with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that's what helps a lot is setting a schedule like that.
Yeah.
Especially with the baby too.
Yeah, has
Just-
the baby dictated the schedule? I mean, I know my babies, my dogs, they have an internal clock that is unbeatable. Like, they wake up at the same time every single day, like, wanting food, and, like, they cry, like, every single day. It's just like, please. So my dogs were, when we went on our honeymoon, they were with my parents, and my dad wakes up early, so he would feed them at the same time every day, and we were gone for like, I don't know, 3 weeks, and so she's been on that schedule ever since. But...
She's like, no, now is when we eat.
yeah.
The baby schedule has been like fluctuating. Like for a while it was just complete chaos, right? And then like you start to get into little rhythms, and then now she just hit this stride where she'll sleep at 9, she'll go to bed at 9, and she won't wake up through the night, and then she'll wake up at 6.
Yeah.
So we get 9 to 6 now, which is nice.
That's-
but then
that's not
we
bad.
just
Nice.
change her, feed her, and she's back down to like 11. Like it's pretty sweet.
Dang, that's cool.
But that was
Nice.
a long time coming.
Yeah. All right, so let's hop into this movie, Groundhog Day. Opening thoughts. I mean, I think this movie, like, for me, because I've only seen it one time before. I just watched it again today, and the time I watched it before, I was at work pretty much, and so I didn't super pay attention. But it kind of comes in waves where, like, there's really big highlight spots, and then I think the beginning and kind of leading up is maybe a little bit slow, but that middle part where he's really fucking around with like living every day the same really gets up, and it kind of goes up from there. But yeah, how did you guys feel about this movie just overall?
Bill Murray is such an interesting looking person. Like, you know what I mean?
I was thinking kind of the same thing. I was like, the guy's weird.
Like, he's a
looking,
news
kind of.
guy. He's like picking up all these women and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like doing all this stuff, and people are like, "Oh my god, he's amazing." Blah blah blah. And they keep like showing his face, and I'm just like, "Damn, he has such like a unique shape."
Yeah.
Yeah, his hairline is pretty wild too.
Yeah.
What do you guys mainly attribute to Bill Murray? Like, is it mostly like, because I mean, he's obviously like such a big name. Is it mostly Ghostbusters because we were all born? Okay, we were all born right around when this movie was filmed.
I didn't even know this movie was '93. I thought it was earlier than that. It didn't feel '90s-ish to me. I didn't know that.
So it's like. Which also, like, it's just like, wow, this is like when I was born, this is what the world was like in some way. Like, this is what things looked like, you know, which is kind of interesting to see. But
yeah.
Because when I think of Bill Murray, I think of Ghostbusters mainly.
Yeah, totally.
He was also in SNL, right? And like,
yeah.
I don't know.
As we've been getting into this film stuff, you know, you kind of realize what other things that he's in that aren't like as popular. Like he's in a ton of Wes Anderson shit, and he did a bunch of just like really weird like indie movies for a while.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is that weird? Is that weird cameo
like,
in Zombieland or whatever? Wasn't it?
I was gonna bring up Zombieland.
Yeah.
Because I remember like Zombieland when people were like, "Oh my god, Bill Murray's in this," and like I was just like, "Oh, like I know Bill Murray, but." I guess at the time I was like, why is he a big deal? I didn't really, because I wasn't like a super big Ghostbusters fan. He's great, but like,
Yeah, his movies were just before our time, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what was interesting is after we watched it, the tags on the movie, it's like classic comedy. And I was like, this is a classic already? Made me feel a little bit old.
Almost 30 years old.
I know.
Fuck.
Sorry.
But I like him. He's got a good like weirdness to him that I think works for all the stuff he does.
Yeah.
Are comedian actors like I think we've talked about this, those actors who don't act but they're just themselves. Are comedians really pigeonholed into that kind of thing? Like we were talking about Bill Burr, right? We were talking about him or who were we talking about?
That was just the other day.
That was just the other day we were talking about that. Did Bill Murray play Bill Murray in this one? I'm not even really too familiar with any of his stuff, like at all.
Yeah, I'm not either, but it felt like he did. I don't know. I don't feel like really that much of a character. Like I don't remember the guy's name or anything. Like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what is his
name? His name was Phil.
Phil.
That was an important part.
Oh right. Phil.
Yeah, and
not Collins. Shit.
Phil Collins.
Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same name as the Groundhog.
Same name as Groundhog. That's right. That was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
The humor in this movie was like kind of unconventional, I guess. I don't know. It was random. Like it was all over the place. The name of the park was hilarious. What the hell was it called? It's like
I don't know.
Oh. Shit, I don't remember.
Not sure.
Yeah, dude.
Catch that.
That's how I felt about the whole thing. It was kind of all over the place. It felt so weird to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So many different tones and shit that switched through.
That's what I was saying about like how like the beginning of this movie that was kind of like a bit to lead up. I really didn't find myself like actually laughing until you could see him like fucking with the fact that he's living the same day over and like he's just like hitting on girls and he's just like, and what high school did you go to? And who was your English teacher?
Yeah.
Like, the next time he did, and like he notes it to himself and like it's just like fuck, like that's so funny, but it's not your like conventional punchline humor. It's just like it's funny because of the situation that he's in.
Yeah. The first 20 minutes or whatever before he starts repeating shit, I'm just like, damn, this guy fucking sucks.
I
Like
know.
this character
Yeah.
is so
he's a
shit.
shit. He's such an asshole.
Yeah.
An asshole.
Yeah. And that's like half the comedy in the beginning. It's just like all the jokes that he tells. It's just like this guy's being a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I did like about this movie. Well, because there's like the whole history behind this. I mean, it's like when somebody makes a movie that has like time, messing with time and shit, they'll call it like
Mhm.
Groundhog Day, or like this like idea of
Ah, yeah.
storytelling
Oh,
is
yeah, yeah.
referred to as like a Groundhog Day movie. But I don't know if it was the first movie to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Does anybody
Yeah,
know?
I don't know.
No clue. No clue.
I mean, 93.
That seems kind of late for touching that kind of
Yeah.
same day
Right,
kind
exactly.
of thing. Stuck in a time loop thing.
I don't know.
So, but what's interesting is, so I knew it was a huge number, but I couldn't remember. I just looked it up now. So it said that Phil in the movie lived that same day for 12,403 days,
Really?
which is actually fucking insane. Like,
Yeah,
if you
after I
think
heard
about
that, I was like, God damn, this is a fucking
that's
horror movie
34
now.
years.
Jesus
That's over
Christ.
34 years.
34 years. Oh, okay.
34 years? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Which actually turns that like straight up terrifying. And the
Yeah.
fact that, I mean, like the first day, the first day he repeats, like I think it's believable. You're like, yeah, it would be like deja vu and it'd be eerie and stuff. And then, like the second day, he would be like kind of frustrated. I think the second day he repeats, he like punches that guy. What's that guy's name? The
Is it
insurance
Ryan or
agent,
something?
Ryerson, something
Ryerson.
Ned Ryerson.
There you go.
He like punches him in the face like the second day he repeats, which is like that's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still kind of believable, but I mean, living in a world in the same day for 34 years, I don't even know. I think he would kill himself in the morning every single day.
Dude, well, he tried. That's what was so wild about this movie.
No, I know. That's
Yeah.
He shy away from
How,
anything.
how did you find out that that was that many days, or where?
I literally
where was
Googled it because I
Some
I
dude
remember
was-
the first time I watched it, my friend was just like, "Oh yeah, like he like people have theorized that he's lived for this many days, like he's repeated it for that many days or whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody did like all the math on it. Like,
Yeah,
How they got
Gallagher
some of
reported the
it.
exact number of Groundhog Days Mary's Phil Connors endured
Mhm.
in Groundhog Day, 12,403 days. That's I don't even know.
How would they figure out that though?
do you want me to, okay, there's like a big quote. Do you want me to read it? It's actually really interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
How they
yeah.
kind of got it.
Uh-huh.
Good.
So the guy who did it, I guess, is Malcolm Gladwell. Said he stated that it takes anyone 10,000 hours to become an expert at any one subject. And Phil is clearly an expert ice sculptor, since the ice sculpture is the one thing in Groundhog Day that is entirely quantifiable by what we can see on screen. Playing one song well does not make anyone an expert pianist, and speaking one French poem perfectly likewise is not an indicator of expertise, blah, blah, blah. Broken down, that is an hour a day for 27 years, but we know Phil by now, and that we know that when he figures out something gets him closer to fourth base with Rita, he's likely to pursue it a little more rapidly than that. So I'm suggesting an average of 4 hours a day, based on also on his willingness to stick to 4 or 5 hours a day of card flicking for 6 solid months or whatever, you know, when they're in the bed. He's trying to teach her.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, so like just shit like that. Like he did all kinds of math like that. It's so fucked up.
Okay.
What's that subreddit r/they ran the numbers or something?
They did the math.
Did the math? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
God, that's so. 34 years. None of us are 30, so this guy.
literally our entire lifetimes he
Yeah.
spent in the loop.
We've been quarantined for like 3 months, and we're like, get me the fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
exactly.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I can't even imagine that. That's
Crazy
interesting.
though. I wonder if that says something about him specifically, that it took him that long. Like he's that much of an asshole. It took him that long to like get out of it. Like
Yeah.
maybe someone else could have got out faster.
Did he know how to get out? I mean, he didn't, and
No.
he absolutely didn't. He was literally trying to get laid by Rita. He like had all of these other girls that he could have been screwing every day, because he did. Like the one girl from the high school, from the fake high school that he didn't go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but there was just something about Rita. I think it was. I mean, it kind of sheds light on like he kind of is an egotistical asshole, even still, because he's just like, it's not just about sex; it's about winning Rita, and it's
Yeah.
like a game, and it's
Yeah,
more
but
than-
after like towards the end, it doesn't feel like that's what he's trying to do.
That's true. After 34 years of living the same,
Yeah, exactly.
he's kind of been like, let's actually just get to know each other, and they don't have sex that night that he
Oh,
wakes
yeah,
up,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
because like he's still in his jeans, you know, like, and it's like she bought him from the auction or whatever, and he's still like in his jeans, and I was just like, that's interesting that they like made it very clear that they didn't have sex, which was, I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you break the curse, I guess, is to court a woman and not sleep with her.
Well, he like
But
I
like,
mean-
okay, so what
he
me
became like better.
Yeah, it was way more than
Yeah,
just
for sure.
like
He did.
her, yeah.
he became like better, but in the same sense, like me watching it, it still felt not genuine to me. I don't know.
Right.
Even
it's
after all
ulterior
that
motives.
stuff, yeah, like it's still
Yeah.
like even when he was like, "Oh, I have what did he say? I have some errands to run," and like all these
Mhm.
people were like coming up to him at whatever like whatever
At the dance?
dance, whatever ball.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the after party, right? And
Mhm.
yeah, he was. They all like
mean-
appeared there, and it just felt. I don't know. It just felt kind of weird.
Very ostentatious how he was
I
just
feel like it kind of did though. After, because he started doing that after he realized that he couldn't save the old man, right? He's like,
Oh,
I gotta
that's-
save everyone
oh.
else.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
forgot
know.
about
Like,
that.
imagine just like waking up and just like, I just know this kid's gonna fall out of a tree and fucking die at this
Yeah,
time. Like, I
I
can't
remember thinking-
live with myself
Yeah.
knowing that that's going to happen. You know what I mean?
I guess. Yeah.
So I felt like it was a little more genuine than you guys think, I guess.
I
I
don't
think
know.
that's why this, like, because this, to me, I think this is the best time loop, whatever you want to call it, Groundhog Day
Mhm.
style movie that I've ever seen, because they set you up with like, okay, here's his schedule for the day, but then they just like very quickly start doing 180s and totally changing every day.
Yeah.
Whereas like newer stuff that does this, it tends to be like, here's the day again, now we're gonna add something. Here's the day again, now we're gonna add something. But in this movie, it was like, boom, complete 180. He starts doing all kinds of crazy shit. Maybe that's what made it like interesting throughout the whole movie. Because I feel like I get a little fatigued with these kinds of movies otherwise, like just seeing
What
the
are-
same shit over and over.
What are some other? I'm trying to think of some other like Groundhog-esque movies. I can't really think of any. Right.
Happy Dead Day. What is it? Happy Kill Day.
Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day.
Yeah.
Edge of
Oh, I didn't know that was
Tomorrow.
one.
Edge of Tomorrow, the Tom
Yeah.
Cruise one.
Yeah.
Shit, that's pretty good.
These movies.
The only one that I've seen, it's not a movie, but it's like a short, what is it called? Miniseries called Russian Doll on Netflix.
Hmm.
Right, yeah.
I really liked it a lot. I don't know. It had a more satisfying ending than this one did, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting concept.
I think it's hard to do like well and have it not feel cheesy now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't think that this was that. I thought this was pretty solid.
Yeah,
Really?
this-
I thought a lot of it was kind of cheesy, and I thought that
I mean,
the lady's acting was pretty bad. I don't know,
Yeah, sometimes
she
she's,
felt-
yeah.
kind of cheesy.
Andy
With-
McDowell.
But maybe even like the dialogue was kind of weird with her. Like some of the stuff that she would say, like was kind of
that's true.
felt.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know it was a '90s movie. I thought it was like older, just like the way like she was talking. Like it was
Mhm.
it was weird. It was kind of weird for me.
I found the name of the park where the ceremony takes place. It's called Gobbler's Knob.
Oh my gosh.
The little humor like that throughout it was pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, what else is there to say about like? I don't know. I guess yeah. I guess now that you mention it, the acting was kind of a little bit. I don't know, wishy-washy
It's
from.
it's a little stiff.
Maybe it was the writing. Well, what's weird too is like there was times where Bill Murray's character, like Phil, is just like the time where they're fighting, they're doing the snowball fight, and he's like, "Oh, look how much fun I'm having with kids! Like, haha, are any of you up for adoption?" And like, I think
man.
obviously, a lot of that is so intentional, where it's
Yeah.
just like
yeah.
He's just
you know,
trying to
make
get through it.
feel
He's like, oh my
awkward, and
god.
it's
Yeah.
just like a checklist. So maybe even beforehand, because I mean, he's lived this so much. It's just like none of it is organic. None of it is natural
Yeah.
conversation, and it's, you know,
Mhm.
so it's like that.
I wonder if it's like in part of we were talking about comedic actors, like that whole style. Maybe it's just hard to translate. I don't know. Like in a way that feels natural.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because he's only like the only big name in it, right? I feel like there was one scene where him and Andy McDowell, is that her name?
Yeah,
Were
Andy
like
McDowell.
face to face acting, and like it was just so obvious how different their skill level was. It just felt so
Yeah.
off.
Really?
I don't know.
Andy McDowell has like she's in some other stuff though, right? Like she looked
I don't know.
familiar.
I'm not sure. Some of
She
those
looked like
some
the
of
girl
those
from
diner
Seinfeld. I don't
scenes.
know.
Some of those diner scenes were kind of. I don't know. I just thought they felt weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
She's in Footloose. Yeah, I don't.
And the
She's in
cameraman was also kind of bad too.
Dude, okay. Have you guys watched that show, Schitt's Creek?
Mm-mm.
I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes.
Because he's in it, and he's like the same guy. Like I feel like he's one of those. He doesn't really seem like he's acting. Like he just is that same person 30 years later. It's so weird. It kept taking me out when he was there. I'm
that's
just like, oh, it's
right.
this
He is.
fucking
He's
guy.
like the sheriff in that show, right, or something.
Mayor
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, it's just such.
or whatever owner. I don't know.
God, yeah, he's a weird character for sure, dude. What
Especially at the
about,
end, so creepy, dude.
uh,
Oh man.
what about Buster Brian Doyle Murray? Murray? His voice. He's like a voice actor for something. I swear. He's like the guy who announces the groundhog and
Who
everything.
choked?
Oh,
Yes. What is he? I know his voice from somewhere. What is it?
Yeah, I couldn't think of it either, but I know he's in shit.
Oh, he's in SpongeBob.
Is he
Fuck.
Mr. Krabs?
What? Let me look that up. Hold on.
Wow, I thought it might have been him, but I didn't think it was.
He's the Flying Dutchman.
He's a Flying Dutchman.
Oh.
Dude. Yeah, when he's talking, I was like, how the fuck do I know this guy's voice? It's very
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah,
Alright,
he's in a
so
lot of stuff.
Forget the
The
movie.
Angry Beavers,
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
It's a throwback.
Jackie Chan Adventures.
Damn, I can't
Jackie
remember.
Chan Adventures, huh?
Even Adventure Time. He's like still doing stuff.
Nice.
That's cool.
Oh, him and Bill Murray have a show together.
What?
What the hell?
It's called Bill Murray and Brian Doyle Murray's. Wait, are they related?
Oh shit.
Wait, what the
Extra
fuck?
inning.
Dad or something?
Yeah, wait, what?
Holy shit, how punked are we? There's no way. He's 74. Bill Murray is 69. They're not related.
Oh.
Or well, they could be related, but they're not.
69.
Doesn't
Nice.
mention it. This is Wikipedia.
69. Yeah.
Maybe it's just coincidence.
Hmm.
But yeah, apparently they have a show together. I think they talk about baseball.
The fuck?
That's cool.
Or it's like about baseball. It has to do with baseball. I don't know.
Hmm.
What did you guys think about the music in this movie? At first, it felt so dumb and corny or whatever, but like as it went on, it felt more fitting because it was just spiraling into weirdness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just felt so like animated. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty awesome.
Every time he
90s?
went to the little park, it was always the polka song, right? Something like that.
Oh, was it? I didn't notice that it was the
Yeah,
same
it's
song.
like some. Yeah, it was the same song each day, just like how it was Sonny and Cher.
Oh yeah, Sonny and
I
Cher in
got
the
you,
morning.
babe. Yeah, I got you, babe.
Yeah.
That kind of is that
Yeah.
foreshadowing? Because he finally
Oh.
got her, babe. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, probably.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
I think-
It
Yeah,
could be a
maybe
little
music
something
from the
there.
'90s is just kind of weird in general.
Well, that
like-
song's old though.
Oh yeah.
That song's.
Well, no,
even
but
older than
just-
that.
Well, I guess yeah. I mean '90s. Yeah. I don't know.
I think part of the movie was that it was supposed to feel a little weird or cheesy. Like maybe it helped.
Dude, the
I don't
one
know,
thing
'cause
that
it's not supposed to feel like real.
yeah,
But real
definitely not real. It wasn't real enough.
Right.
That fucking 6 a.m. The sun was all shining. What the hell? That's never. When does that ever happen?
Holy shit.
Dude, you know what's interesting?
Every time he looked out of the window, it was always like bright. I was like, what? I was like, that would never be like that, right? I don't know. Has the sun ever risen? Maybe in Alaska or some one of those places.
Maybe in the 90s.
Maybe in the 90s.
For
That's the way it
global
works.
warming.
Oh shit!
No, I'm just kidding.
The sun lost
Yeah,
a little bit of weight.
Speaking of the clock, there was an interesting thing I noticed that when the night before it happens, like it becomes the next day again, there's a shot of the clock where it stops on it and it's at 4:04, like specifically that time.
Really?
Oh,
And I was like, that's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know if that's total coincidence or if they're like tomorrow not found or something.
When did
I don't
the
know.
404 error even
Yeah,
happen?
yeah,
It
yeah.
probably
That's
wasn't
what
in
I'm trying to think
93.
about.
Yeah.
'Cause that probably goes
Maybe.
back to maybe about the time.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't remember
Can we
because
Google that? Is that Googleable? When did the 404 error?
Right.
probably. Let's
Wow. Originally answered why is page 404 called 404? Long back in 1980,
Oh,
see.
two
Yeah.
scientists from CERN, Switzerland were working on World Wide Web. Wow, okay. Maybe. Jesus.
So it's a known thing.
I
And
guess.
then, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of a stupid joke, but
Maybe.
that was interesting. And then it zooms in on the clock, super close up, and it changes to 4:05, and then like all the shit happens or something.
Yeah.
But for the entirety of the scene, it's sitting on 4:04.
So does Bill Murray's character, does Phil know he has no idea how to get out of this. And it just
No.
kind of happenstance that again, I don't know, it's so weird that like that's kind of the weird part where it's just like, oh, once Rita falls in love with you for real, then it's over.
Yeah.
I don't think it has that much to do with her, honestly.
What does that have to do with them? Because that was the only
I'm
difference.
saying like
I mean,
everything else in the day was like quote unquote perfect for him. Like he did everything right, and like
mm,
Yeah, I
maybe
think
that's the one day that she genuinely like fell in love with him because
was-
of him as a person.
What it was is that he finally wasn't so self-centered. He wasn't thinking about
Yeah.
himself first.
yeah,
Because like when you go back, initially he's trying to figure out why is this happening. He goes to the doctors, he gets a CAT scan, he talks to a psychiatrist, and once he finds out that he can't find out what's going on, he starts taking advantage of the situation. And then he
Yeah.
starts
Yeah.
fucking doing whatever. He steals that car and goes
Some
on
real
a
creepy
crazy
shit.
shit. And then he starts manipulating women, getting
Robbing
basically
banks.
anything that he wants.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and it's
That's-
funny
that's-
because he before like even thinking anything, he's like, I'm God. I think I'm a god.
Yeah.
I think I am a god. Like he's like, I don't know if I am the god, but I'm a god. Like that's how freaking self-absorbed this guy is. Like he is
yeah.
so into himself. And I think
Yeah,
that's
maybe-
that's more important than winning over Rita, even though that whole part kind of like rubs me the wrong way. Cause like if he was the good guy, he would, I don't know. It feels wrong for him to get her to me.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
the
That's-
end,
it feels so
at
weird.
the end, it still feels wrong for me. Like I felt like that was kind of just like this guy
It's
still
like just
got
one day with a person and they're just totally in love with you. Like that.
yeah,
It's kinda
like I don't
crazy.
know. It was just the first day that he completely was selfless. Is that the
Yeah,
right word?
maybe that was
Selfless?
the finally the
I
day
mean,
that he
that
did
was-
not one
Yeah.
single
everything
selfish
did
thing.
that.
Which kind of makes me think like this movie is missing like one thing that would make it like so many stories that we've heard before is that Bill Murray's character didn't have a near-death experience before this happened. Because if he had like some near-death experience and it was like this otherworldly being was like, you need to have a revelation before you can go back to normal reality. Or like we've seen it in TV shows very often and like in probably in movies where it's just like, oh, like you almost died, but like you need to look back at your life and like how you're a shitty person now and like why you need to be a better person. And until you're a better person and you realize you're a revelation, then you can go back to being like, then you can go back to living. which is basically what this movie felt like. Now that I think about it, is like once he realized like maybe I am a shitty person, maybe I need to start doing things for other people, and then
It was the moment when the homeless man died, right? He said this is new, right?
yeah,
This
big
is
turning point.
he
You can't
realized
stop it.
he realized other people were dying, but he wasn't dying.
Yeah.
Right.
But like the thing that is like there's fucking 34 years of alternate realities. 34 times. Well, how many days was it?
That's
30,000
one crazy
days?
thing. 34
I'm
years.
just
Yeah.
like, I'm like, how many alternate realities are there?
That's one like mind fuck thing. Do you like? I wonder if like every day that he lived, like that reality kept going. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's what I was
Dude,
thinking.
yeah.
like, so
Why
crazy to
did
think.
they show
There's
that one scene?
33,000.
Why
Where
did
they're
they
looking at his dead body?
Yeah, where they cover his
Yeah.
dead body. I was like, is it? I was like, what is it now? I thought it was kind of going there
Yeah.
because this was my
That was
first.
weird for me
this is my
too.
first view, first watch.
Me too,
of this
me
movie,
too.
So I was kind of like, what? I thought
Yeah, I was like,
so
why
weird.
doesn't... I thought it was more like, not like in his head, but like more about him specifically, because the day just kept going after he died. I was like, wait, what the
Right.
hell?
Yeah.
It
It
was
didn't
weird.
end and go to the
That
next thing or
felt just
something.
so unnatural. That was such a weird ass
Yeah.
part of the movie.
Oh,
I
that
guess
was cool.
maybe they just wanted to show him. Yeah, he's. What? I just don't. I don't know. I don't know what
Just the one
what
joke
thing
or whatever
was.
the fuck
Yeah.
that guy said. I don't know.
Yeah. So I was reading earlier this morning that I don't even know if I want to tell you guys this because you guys are gonna be mad.
Uh-oh.
Why?
There's a cutout scene from the movie. The reason why he's stuck in a time loop was because he
Wait,
was,
they cut out the reason?
yeah, there was a reason.
Okay. keep
And it
going.
was
Sorry.
he got cursed by his ex-girlfriend and she put a 10,000 day curse on him. And the reason why the day restarted at 6 was because his watch was broken, and it always was 6 o'clock on his watch. And apparently he's wearing that
What?
watch to the movie, and it shows that time on it. And
Oh, are you
apparently it was
serious?
cut out. Yeah, that's what I read.
Right.
I don't know if it's
cool.
confirmed or anything like that, but I read it, and they said that it was a cutout scene that he was actually got a curse put on him by his ex-girlfriend.
All right, I like they took that out. That's really
Yeah,
lame.
yeah. I think that would have been bad. Like the whole witchcraft thing, like that would have been kind of like what?
Yeah.
They should like it was kind of good for just being like a like a, I don't know,
Just like a weird
unexplainable
Like a personal
phenomenon.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder, like, that feels like a big decision to be like, you know what, scrap the witch curse shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
I wonder how much that happens in other movies. We're just like, yeah, let's just make it not that the whole thing was a dream. Like, or like,
But-
just like throw that in there.
And so the creator of the movie and Bill Murray, there's a big old thing that I was reading that they stopped being friends after this movie because they both saw the movie going in different directions. I think Bill Murray wanted it to be more provocative, and Ramses #1. Ramis.
Harold Ramis.
Ramis,
Or Ramis, Ramis.
Ramis wanted it to be strictly comedy. Purely comedy. But I think they both got both of it.
Yeah, maybe that's why it feels so weird, because it's kind of just doing both.
I think it was
Yeah,
provocative comedy.
There's that scene where he's like trying to seduce her in his hotel, and like she's like, "I think I should leave," and he's like, "No, you're not leaving." And it's just like, I mean, this was 1993, but when watching it in today's world, it's just like, this is bad.
Yeah, all the stuff
Let
with
this
the
woman leave. Yeah,
all the women, I was just like, oh man.
Yeah.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
weird.
It's
Like even the
that
fact that
Christmas
he's with
song.
her. Oh god.
The what?
Baby, It's Cold Outside, the Christmas song.
Yeah,
how
well-
it's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
date
Okay.
rape song or whatever.
There's so much to
Not that
talk
that's
about. I don't
funny.
even know if we want to get into that.
I don't know.
That's
I just-
not
I-
a date rape song.
Sorry. Anyways, Taryn, what you had
Anyway.
something?
I just feel like it's even weird that he's with her at the end of the movie with Rita or whatever. Because he already knows everything about her. It's like,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's
Like it's
creepy.
it's
what are you
still
gonna
in
like?
it's
learn
still
from
in
her, you know what I
vain,
mean?
right? Like it's still
It's
in
so
vain.
weird,
Like
yeah.
it's just not genuine.
It's
That's
like
why
when
I
you-
wanted him to move on from her. How was like
Yeah, maybe that
It's
could have
just-
been part of his learning. It's like, you know what? No. I've already fucked with you too
It's
much.
like when
I
you
can't do
Facebook
this.
stalk somebody and then you're just like, I can't tell you that I know that your uncle went to Paris last year.
Yeah.
That would be weird. And
It's actually a good,
you know,
good
like,
analogy.
which is like you would have to like mentally be like, I can't know any of these things about
Yeah.
you or let you know that I know these things about you.
Yeah.
And that's
There's
where it
things-
like falls. It's kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, there was things that were like not consistent, right? Which is like the theme of things that are hard with these fucking with time movies.
Right.
Mhm.
So like, the day he ate all those sweets and shit, like that didn't carry over, but like his ability to play the piano did. You know, like things like just that were random. Like that.
Yeah, I was thinking like if he didn't
Oh.
go to sleep at all and then it just hit 6, would he just wake up like normally energized?
I feel like-
guess?
Yeah, like not tired.
Yeah.
So like I think physically you refresh every day, but mentally you don't. And I think that was pretty clear. I
Yeah.
think. Right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean-
I get it. But I feel like
Okay.
piano is like a physical thing. Like it has.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that okay.
That's true, yeah.
I think we're maybe splitting hairs a little bit, but
True. Yeah. Whatever.
you know, like
but-
it's mental. Like mentally, you know how a keyboard or piano works, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he still went to her lessons every day. Maybe he just remembered every time. Or something.
right. Well, and then ice sculpting too. Like that's a very physical thing.
Right.
True, holding
Yeah.
a chainsaw and being
Yeah, like-
precise with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was another thing I read when the homeless man died and he was in the hospital. He asked to see his charts.
Right.
And
Right.
there was a comment that says, does that imply that he's spent so much time that he's like a actual doctor? Like he can actually read
Oh,
charts
geez.
and
He was
everything
called a
like
doctor
that.
at the end. He's
Well,
like a
is it?
chiropractor by the end because remember that guy's like, or that girl's like, "Thank you for fixing my husband's back, doctor." And he's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's just."
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
know what I mean?
I
It's
didn't
just like, what
catch
the
that,
fuck?
all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, well, I mean, our chiropractors, doctors. I don't know.
Oh, controversial subject. Okay.
So what was
don't
he
ask.
trying to get from the charts? You know what I mean?
He was.
I don't know. Just cause.
Well,
of
because he
death.
asked, he was
Cause
like,
of
"How did he
death.
die?"
Yeah.
And she just said it was his time, and he's like, "It was."
Yeah.
The answer wasn't good enough for him. It was just like, "What?"
She was
Yeah,
like, he
wouldn't
was
believe
old
that.
or something. Yeah.
Let me see the Carfax.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, that's what he wanted.
Jesus.
Hmm.
Man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else there is really to say about this movie.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's a fun movie. I think again to go back to kind of like being released in the year that most of us were born. It's like it's just kind of like a cool little flashback in time where
Yeah.
to see how shit was. Yeah. So should we hop into ratings?
Let's do it.
Want to do that?
Yeah.
All right. Shit. I'm trying to think. I don't even know what I'm gonna rate this movie. All right, I'll go first. So
9.75.
He's just like shit. He's like shit.
Give it a
He's like, I don't
probably
even
an
want
11.5.
to.
No. So this movie is I enjoyed this movie, and like the first time I watched this movie, I remember thinking to myself like, yeah, well, like if I was living the same day over and over again, like I would learn how to play piano, and I would learn how to like be an ice sculptor and like to do all of these things, and like it kind of just got me thinking of like I don't need to be living the same day over and over to do things, you know, like I could just do that right fucking now. So there was like this weird like inspirational aspect of this movie where it was just like you don't have to live the same day over and over again to be a better person. And like I don't know, it's just like now with all of us being on quarantine and like I mean, I'm ultimately living the same week over and over and over again. I work Monday through Thursday. I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and I'm just like I'm living the same way, but I've tried to be, you know, I'm taking care of myself a little bit more, like I'm paying attention to my mental health, and I'm just like you don't need I don't know, this crazy variety to like just live a better life and be a better person. So, and even I watched this movie before COVID-19 happened, but I felt that same way then. And so like this movie's fun. It's like it's really fun. I think, you know, there's a lot to be said. Maybe the writing isn't amazing. Maybe the acting isn't always great. But it's fun. It's funny. And I did enjoy it the second time around. And so I'm going to give this movie a nice solid 8. That's where I'm going to land on this one.
That's more than I thought you were gonna give it.
I liked it. It's fun.
less,
It's a
actually.
fun
Yeah.
movie.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's solid. I agree. I think it put into perspective, like, you know, not only is it that you don't have to be doing all this stuff to like become a better person or, you know, get better at things that you want to get better at, but it like might even be better to do it in these times where your day is like more restricted, because then you're not thinking about a million different things. You're not like trying to chase a bunch of different rabbits, right? You just have these things set in stone, and then you like kind of pick up little habits. That's what I've noticed about me. Like now, like I'm working out every night, I'm going on walks every day, like, and those are just built into my schedule now, you
Mhm.
know? Whereas like before, if I was like working and then going and doing shit and then whatever, and then I'd come back at home at night and be like, damn, there's all these things I still want to do. Like it's just forcing me to do those things because there's nothing else to do. Like I
Mhm.
can't
Right.
just leave and go do whatever. So yeah, it's been a weird connection to real life. I think that was cool. The view into the 90s was cool. I liked seeing, you know, how everything looked and stuff. The comedy really got me. Like there's a few just jokes that I thought were just hilarious and like peachy and, you know, shit like that, where they would reach so far too, like they weren't afraid, and then they would do like real like stupid ones like Gobbler's Knob and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know if I'd give it an 8. That feels high to me. Like I think I'm gonna give it like a 7, like a 7 and then 7.4. I don't know.
That's fine. Your rating doesn't have to be mine. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I can go next. It's funny that you got inspiration from it, I guess. Like I've been like doing that regardless, like just trying to take better care of myself and all this stuff during these like weird times and stuff. But this movie just I don't know why, but I was just like, damn, imagine having that much time to actually learn all this cool shit instead of, you know what I mean? Instead of taking it the other way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of funny.
The reverse
You
inspiration.
do have all this time. That's the thing. Is you do have all this time.
To learn piano though? No, I'm just kidding.
You do. Yeah. But
He's gonna be fucking 65 by the time he's in Master Piano.
borrow Jay's keyboard.
Penis.
Yeah, it could have been this. I could have been today years old if I just had all the time. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was such a bizarre movie that I never really fully got into. Like it just felt weird the whole time, and like a lot of the humor didn't really land as much as I wanted it to. Because I've always, you know, I've heard about this movie. It's so like a classic, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe I just was thinking more or expecting more than I should have. But yeah, it's an interesting concept, and if it is the first one, that's really cool. But I think I'm gonna give it a solid 7. Swimming in 7s.
Nice.
Yeah.
James.
I agree with Taryn. The setup as like a classic movie. I don't know if it's cultish or whatever. I don't know. I was expecting like to hear lines that are dropped like in everyday like things. Like I don't know, like
Okay.
like stuff in Airplane or in other stuff. Like
Yeah.
you hear
things
those references like all the time in different mediums all the time. This movie I didn't hear hardly yet. I don't know. I didn't hear like a single like line that was iconic that I don't know that I knew or anything like that. And just the
True.
I don't know. I really agree with Taryn with like it kind of feeling just kind of a strange movie. The comedy was just okay here and there. Every time like they were making jokes, I was just like, God, I fucking hate this guy, kind of. Like I really just like didn't like him. And then like the ending, him just getting her, like it's just kind of pissed me off. Like I was like,
Yeah.
fuck. I was like, this guy's still a like I don't know. Like I said in the beginning, I felt like even his nice gestures were still an attempt at
Ulterior
getting
motive.
Rita. I don't know it because he
Yeah.
already did all those things. I don't know. And then of course they didn't have sex. Whatever it is, that's fine too. I don't know. It was kind of strange. But 6.9. I still thought it was kind of
Nice.
6.9.
Nice.
6.9, no sex.
6.9. No sex scenes, dude. If it might have been a solid 7.0 if there was a sex scene. No. Just felt kind of weird. And I agree with Taryn. Like, if this was the first of its kind, for doing that whole time loop kind of thing, then okay, I guess. I get why people talk about it, why people consider it a classic and stuff like that. But that's the only thing that that I've ever heard from people is like, oh, it feels like Groundhog Day when they have deja vu or whatever. Although that was a good joke. Do you ever have deja vu? It's like, I'll check with the kitchen. That was like probably the dumbest but funniest joke. Like, I was like, okay, that was kind of funny.
That was an amazing joke.
Bill Murray was talking to the old lady in the morning, the one that always asked him if you wanted coffee. And he's like, do you ever have deja vu? And she's like, I've never had it, but I'll check with the kitchen or something like that. Like it's some kind of food.
I was talking about when he said, like, have you ever had deja vu? Or she said, Rita said, have you ever had deja vu? He's like, didn't you just ask me that?
Yeah.
I'll ask the kitchen. It's good too.
But like, I don't know. I guess just a solidly enjoyable watch. Not thrilling, not blown away. I thought I was gonna hear a lot of more zingers that I recognize. Right. I don't know, but yeah, that's
true. Yeah, even some of the I remember like hearing like I thought, and maybe this is like a Mandela effect where I was just like I thought there was a quote in the movie. It was like, "It's Groundhog Day," and like I was looking for that because I thought that was from that movie or something, but I never really heard that over and over again. But
just in the morning, right? On the radio, they said that? Or
they didn't, I don't think they said it really like that, though. It was just like...
Yeah.
But anyway. All right, so I rated this movie an 8. Jay, what was yours? A 7?
7.4.
7.4.
Taryn, I think, was a 7.
Yeah.
Solid 7. Yeah. And James, a 6.9. So I think collectively maybe around a 7.4, 7.5, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we would love to hear what you guys think of this movie. How did you rate it? How did you like it? What stood out to you? Were there notable lines that you really remember from like pop culture? And what movie should we do next? You can email us at filmfumblers@gmail.com. Subscribe to our Twitch. That is just filmfumblers. Where else can you find us? You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere podcasts are listened to.
You can literally Google Film Fumblers, and everything that is related to Film Fumblers is related to us, which is kind of cool.
It is surprisingly a unique name.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time. Cheers.
Bye.